What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Clashing Guide, brought to you by Hilalo and the Wonderful Clashers and Penguin Massacre. And if this is your first time watching one of my videos, thanks for checking out my channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you like what I have to say. Alright, in this episode, we're going to be talking about a very powerful war strategy, which consists of golems, wizards, and pekkas. And you could also throw in a couple of witches if you want to put them in your clan castle. Now, I'm not going to tell you exactly what the army composition is, because every single base that you're attacking might require a little bit slightly different depending on how the defense is laid out. But you typically want to bring in 2 golems, you want to bring in 2 pekkas, and you want to bring in a bunch of supporting troops. And of course, you don't forget to leave some space for your wall breakers. You could change the number of wall breakers depending on how much you think you'll need, depending on the wall level and how they're spread out in the base. Now, the spells you want to bring in, 2 rage and 1 healing. You don't want to use your healing until you see your supporting troops start getting hit. You have to make sure, if you want to 3-star a base, that your supporting troops survive until the very end. That's why you have to be perfectly timed with your healing. When they do start getting hit, when a bunch of your supporting troops start getting hit, that's when you want to drop the healing spell to help save them until they get more coverage from the golems and the pekkas. Now, golems and pekkas have a lot of health, so they will survive probably until the very end of the battle, but they are extremely slow at destroying the base, so you do need your supporting troops to help clear out the rest of the base and get that 3-star. It's really easy through 2-starring a Town Hall 8 and even a Town Hall 9 using GoWiPe. But if you want a 3-star, you have to find a specific type of layout. And this layout that you're going to be looking for is one that's spread out, kind of like this first replay. And if it isn't so spread out, you want to make sure that they do have weak walls so that it's very easy for your troops to sweep through the entire base. So let's go ahead and move on into the next raid, and I can break it down to you guys step by step and tell you guys exactly what you need to be doing to help 3-star your war attacks against the Town Hall 8. Now, the first thing you want to do, as usual, you want to pull out the clan castle troops, because you don't want to end up having the clan castle troops destroy your entire raid. You're going to pull out the clan castle troops to the side, and a good tip I have for you guys, I didn't use it in this clip, but you can use 1 giant to distract whatever clan castle troops in there and surround them with archers and wizards. While they are destroying the giants, your archers and wizards should take out the clan castle troops. You don't want to use too many troops to destroy their clan castle troops, because you do need the supporting troops to help sweep through the entire base. And also, you don't want to waste too much time taking care of the clan castle troops, because you do need time to go through the entire walls to get the 3-star in this base. I've seen many times where it ends up 99% just because I didn't have enough time and I wasted too much time destroying the clan castle. So you have to really prepare before you go into battle. Alright, the next step, you want to put down the golems on either side. Here you see I did it already, and you're going to put the wizards down right behind them right away. You don't want to wait too long to put the wizards down, because then the golem will lose a lot of health. So you really want to time your wizards. You want to put them down right away, and the more practice you have at this, the easier it'll be, where you can just drop your golem and drop the wizards right behind them right away. So as soon as the side structures get destroyed, that's when you're going to start your main attack. You're going to put all your troops in the middle, the pekkas, the king, the witches behind them. You want to wait a little bit for the witches, just so they don't get destroyed by a giant bomb or something, and you drop in the rest of your wizards. At this point, you want to drop the rage spell, and behind them you're going to put all your wall breakers to help open up a gaping hole. Now, this specific order happens really fast, and the more practice you have at it, the better you will be at it. You want to put the rage spell before the wall breakers, just so it speeds up the wall breakers, and they help open up a huge hole for the rest of your troops. And as I mentioned earlier, you have to be really patient with your healing spell, and you want to make sure you heal up your supporting troops when they start getting hit by the defenses. You don't want your supporting troops to die. And this healing spell will help buy them some time until they get more coverage from the big health point troops. So let's go ahead and speed through this base, because there's no more defenses, and there's Larry taking down the research lab. It's an easy, perfect 3-star from Nelly Belly using GoWiPe, golems, pekkas, and wizards. It's a very powerful strategy and extremely useful. Now, the rules I mentioned was put the 2 golems on the sides, followed by the wizards, and then opening up a path for the pekkas to go through the middle. That's not always the case when you see a base like this, where all the defenses are outside. I don't know why this guy did this. I think he's trying to be clever, trying to make an anti-dragoon, because apparently people only attack with dragons. He put everything on the inside, everything on the outside, with only the air defenses and the town hall on the inside. So a base like this is extremely easy to 3-star. You just need to spread out your high hit point structures, and you follow them by wizards. So here you see I put 2 golems on 2 corners, I put a king on 1 corner, and then the 2 pekkas in the last corner. And behind each high hit point structure, high hit point troop, I put a bunch of wizards or witches behind them, just to help clear the space. And as you see here, this is an extremely easy 3-star, it's not even a question. I went ahead and swept through this entire base with no problem. I didn't even have to use my third heal spell. Now, you're not going to always be lucky enough to find the base kind of like this, where all the defenses are outside and you can easily sweep through the entire base. But if you do find one, go ahead and take advantage of it. Go ahead and 3-star that baby. It's an easy 3-star. Go ahead and help out your clan. Usually you're going to be preparing for a base kind of like this. So for this raid, I want to focus on little details that can make a difference in the war. So here I start off the war as usual. I take out the clan castle troops. And I'm using a couple of balloons to take them out. And it turns out there's a dragon that comes out of there. I put the giant down to help distract the dragon while the wizards and the archers take him down. But as you see, I took a lot of time to take down the clan castle troops. It's already 40 seconds into the raid and I just barely took him down. Then I go ahead and start the raid like any other. I put the golems on either side, followed by the supporting troops, the wizards, to help clear a path for the main attack with the P.E.K.K.A.s. Now the second mistake in this battle, you can see that I split the wall breakers into two groups. The first group went ahead and did their job. They took out the first layer of walls. Now the second group, when I put them in, they went ahead and again and took out the first layer of walls. And that's completely useless. And this is exactly why you need to bunch up your wall breakers together so that they go inside and destroy the first layer and the second layer. And if there's even more layers, then the third and fourth layer, depending on how many wall breakers you're using. Now for the third mistake, you can see that I didn't time the heal spell really well. I had the witch and wizard, I put it on top of them, but they weren't being hit yet, so there's no point in putting it right then and there. Luckily, the king and the golem decided to join them and help protect them. But I could have used that healing spell later on in the battle to help the wizard survive until the end of the battle. Now, despite all these mistakes, at this point I still feel like I'm at a really good position. I still got my Barb King running around, like both golems survived the entire time, both P.E.K.K.A.s survived the entire time. I still got one of my witches with her Larrys running around. I got 3 wizards and I'm at 2 stars, 93%. I still feel like I'm about to get it. So these last few structures are going to go down, but it turns out that those few mistakes are really going to come back to haunt me. You see that barracks is about to go down. That's going to take me up to 99%. Now there's only 20 seconds left, and it looks like these troops are moving extremely slowly, and the Dark Elixir drill's on the other side. Now if I had an extra 1 or 2 seconds, I feel like my wizards could have taken that Dark Elixir drill out, and it would have been a perfect 3-star victory. But these little small mistakes really made a difference, and I ended up with 2 stars. So it takes a little bit of time to get used to get into the rhythm of things, but once you get used to this attack, you'll get really good at it. You won't make these small mistakes, and you'll end up 3-starring a lot of bases. But that's it for this episode, guys. We'll see you next time on Clashing Guide.